New video for you from Hancock County, Illinois. This a funnel cloud you can see peeking out there. There have been plenty of reports of funnel clouds as well as tornadoes. Unfortunately, we've got a really favorable environment for this kind of storm today, and that's what we've got going on. Now, south of Milwaukee in Racine County, we've got a tornado warning that's out over the lake now, so no longer a threat to folks on the ground. But south of Chicago, that's where we're starting to see some more warnings creep closer to places like Joliet and Kankakee. Farther to the west of Chicago, severe thunderstorm warnings in effect for those storms.
A tornado warning has been issued for our area.
Well-defined hook on it. Considerable threat with an observed tornado warning to the southeast side of Dwight. We've got Grundy, Kankakee, and Livingston counties. There is Kankakee and I-57. So now not far from our tornado warnings. If we rewarned this, Kankakee will find itself in that zone. Dwight, again, to the south. That's where we've got our area of rotation. So if you are in Round Grove, if you're along Highway 17, eventually in places like Essex or Salina or north of Norton, these would be communities that I would be most concerned about here in the next half hour. Reddick, 6:30, 6:33 for Clark City. So you've got about 10 minutes before that storm moves into your area. Essex and Freeling, 6:37, 6:41, and then just beyond that in Custer. Debris tracker, I'm not picking up any significant debris showing up at this point. I'm hoping that's because we've got a storm that's moving out over open space. Remember, it is an observed or confirmed tornado, but again, when we look at that area of rotation where it is, not lining up with any significantly noticeable debris. But back towards the I-55 corridor, right after that, we really saw that hook kind of round out. Grundy, Kankakee, Livingston counties. Again, you guys are under this warning. North along I-55 towards Maison, north of Dwight, we continue with that tornado warning as well. Farther to the north, I mentioned that storm around Racine. That is out over the water, but we've got a lot of warnings here for Waukegan, down towards Elgin, over to Rochelle. These storms are producing some very intense winds. South of there, we've got a storm warned with a tornado warning on the east side of Peoria. Again, we've got this line of wind-producing thunderstorms where some areas of rotation have been spotted. So up here on the northern end near Eureka, area of rotation in Tazewell and Woodford counties until 7 o'clock. You're under the warning. That includes areas just to the north of I-74. That's going to be moving eventually towards El Paso, Illinois. Then we look farther to the south. Again, another warning closer to Springfield. You can see the overshooting cloud tops here as we get closer to sunset. That sun angle gives us that very well-defined view. They almost look like cauliflower heads. Another one there around Kankakee. So you get a look at the explosion of these thunderstorms. Dr. Knapp, these have some very strong updrafts. They have been producing hailstones, ping pong, golf ball, egg in size.
Well, you can tell with that satellite loop how those storms are eating up that low-level inflow, just continuing to sustain themselves for hours and hours. Well, it's already been a rough week across the Midwest with severe storms and very dangerous flash flooding, including here in Corydon, Indiana, where downtown was swamped by water on Tuesday. Just amazing how rainwater collects in the lower spots and in urban areas.
A tornado warning has been issued for our area.
Or at the very least, increasing your chances of an expensive repair bill. Look at what happened in northern Missouri and into western and northern Illinois over the last 24 hours, and it's still raining in these areas, and that's one of the reasons why we've got the flood watch. The rain that's already happened, plus the rain that is to come, and there is a risk of flooding over a broader area, including in southern Indiana and into the Louisville area and all along this front. I do not want to lose any lives from flooding overnight tonight. That is a risk if we aren't careful on the roadways. All that Gulf moisture coming up into this frontal zone, and in the wake of severe weather, you get flash flooding. You can see the pattern here, how the heavy thunderstorms are producing water dangers. Look at what's going on here in southern Wisconsin, northern Illinois. In the Janesville area, this flash flood warning goes till 8:30. Off to the west at Broadhead, we got water on the southbound lane of Highway 104. As best we can, we want to tell you what roads to avoid. Rockford and points to the east under a flash flood warning. And then all of this severe weather here coming into central Illinois, west of Peoria has left heavy rainfall. So west of Peoria, Peoria here in Fulton and Peoria counties. We've had observed flash flooding. That warning goes till 10:45. And over in the Macomb area, that warning goes to 11:15. We've had significant street flooding reported. Stay off all water-covered roads.
Be Ready, brought to you by Lowe's. Helping is at the heart of Lowe's.
Yeah, that kind of power. Our best lineup is here. Lowe's.
We can all agree, steak is for dads. Grill dads, charcoal dads, tongue snapping dads.
A tornado warning has been issued for our area.
Perfect gift is waiting, plus 8 free burgers at omahasteaks.com. Macy's gift line. Gift guide. That voice, I'd recognize it anywhere. Halle Bailey. How can I guide your gifting? I need to find some gifts for Father's Day. Let me guess, you have a lot of great men in your life. Princess treatment, if you will. Yeah. Super protective, but extremely loving? Well, yes. Helped shape your identity from a young age? That's actually spot on. Then I say this gift needs to go triple platinum. I like the way you think, gift guide. No matter the dad, we've got the gift. Father's Day starts at Macy's.
OCD is more than what you see on TV and in the movies. It comes with unrelenting, intrusive images, thoughts, and urges. If you have OCD and need help, you can get better with specialized treatment. Go to nocd.com to learn more.
We used Angie and found a pro who was so invested in installing our picture window, he looked after it like it was his own.
So when we needed to pick someone to look after our own, we knew who to trust.
Sign here.
It's a will.
Angie, the one you trust to find the ones you trust.
Storms bring damage. Flex Seal brings solutions. Be prepared with the products that millions trust to keep them safe, dry, and secure. Use Flex Tape for quick emergency repairs. Flex Seal Liquid to keep everything sealed and dry. And Flex Seal Spray to stop all types of leaks. This storm season, defend against damage. Get the original Flex Seal family of products. Available at retailers everywhere because it works.
Billy, I need help with the clicker.
Yeah, one second, Grandma. This guy's gonna buy my car.
Billy, you still there?
Okay,
You need Carvana. What's your plate number?
Boss, M-O-V.
Vehicle features, no accidents, right?
No.
Good. Generating offer. Carvana can pick it up tomorrow.
That's an amazing offer.
A tornado warning has been issued for our area.
Sell your car the easy way with Carvana.
When I look at this picture, I feel failure. I've tried keto, I've tried fasting. I needed to do something. I came across LifeMD, down 182 pounds in 14 months. This is the best decision of my entire life.
Get Zepbound, Wegovy, and the new Wegovy pill at joinlifemd.com.
Mint is still $15 a month for premium wireless. And if you haven't made the switch yet, here are 15 reasons why you should. 1, it's $15 a month. 2, seriously, it's $15. Are you playing me off? That's what's happening, right? Okay.
Honey, Mortgage Money 6 says we should keep renting.
Mortgage Money 6?
Reba says more realtor agents recommend Realtor.com. They track every market so you know when to make your move.
He also says that Bigfoot... Got it.
Make it real with Realtor.com.
I tried everything for my stubborn dandruff, and then I found Nizoral. It works differently to get to the root cause of dandruff. Its active ingredient is 10 times more effective at fighting fungus, the primary cause of dandruff. Say goodbye to stubborn dandruff with Nizoral. Now in refreshing peppermint and tea tree scent.
That looks really high.
It is high.
Here we go.
It's time to push your limits.
Whoa, is that a buffalo?
Babe, that's a cow.
The Subaru Crosstrek Wilderness. Adventure on the edge.
Get 1.9% APR financing on select new Subaru Crosstrek models.
Man, your second shift in Des Moines.
It is nasty in Iowa today.
Yeah, this was what it looked like this morning. Folks woke up and went, I've never been, honestly, our shift, we come in much later than most normal folks, but this would be one of those days where you're thankful for the late night shift.
Yeah, seriously, heavy rain and strong winds combined to make the morning commute.
A tornado warning has been issued for our area.
A lot of downed trees and just terrible road conditions. And this was the complex that we saw in the models last night that formed early in the day and made it all the way past Lake Michigan.
Yeah, I'm curious if Des Moines, I know up in the Northeast, still in school about till mid-June, but I'm hopeful that no school buses were out this morning because, man, can you even imagine?
You would have to delay things when it's this significant.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was a rough start to the day. And we've got more thunderstorms moving areas east of Des Moines and parts of Iowa. It's Illinois and Wisconsin once again.
Welcome back to Weather Unfiltered. I'm Dr. Rick Knabb. Alex Wilson. Boy, we are busy with the radar tonight, especially the state of Illinois, but they aren't the only state at risk.
No, we've got Missouri, we've got Kansas, we've got Oklahoma dealing with storms, and then the Northeast. We've got severe thunderstorm watches up for you guys as well. Chicago area, you are in play. Right now, we've got warnings to the north, we've got warnings to the south, and Peoria, Springfield areas also continue to be a zone to watch. Flash flood warnings also picking up in the wake of some of these storms. Really heavy rain now for a second consecutive day. That has left a lot of areas swamped. Now, south and west of Chicago, south and west of Joliet, we've got 2 areas under tornado warning. Most concerned about this one to the west of Kankakee. This continues to show a pretty well-defined area of rotation, a hook on this. It's Grundy, Kankakee, and Livingston counties under the tornado warning. It is an observed tornado until 6:45. We've got that area showing up just to the south and to the west of Essex. So as we've moved north of Round Grove, now west of Essex, maybe a pixel there of debris showing up on the velocity product. Earlier, we were still picking up some of that debris. These storms have been leading to damage today.
A tornado warning has been issued for our area.
Get out, get a sense of what happened. We'll see if this is more tree debris or if structures have been damaged. Clark City, Essex, and Freelings, just a few of the communities in the path of this one as it works closer and closer to I-57 on the north side of Kankakee. Reed, you're getting very heavy rain up towards the Manhattan area. Some blasts of wind and very heavy rain coming your way, too. We've got big winds out of these storms. Bloomington knocking on your doorstep right now, so that surge of wind will move in momentarily. I-155 getting drenched. 55, the rain in addition to the wind is going to be an issue for you starting in Bloomington, working southward. So Hudson or areas north of Hudson around El Paso here in Woodford County, we remain under a tornado warning until 7 o'clock local time. Area of rotation, you look at this and you kind of go, oh, gosh, where am I looking? I see this surge of wind. It's right here on the northern flank of that where we picked up on it on an earlier scan. Now at this point over here. So when we look at the debris tracker, picked up on a little blip of debris there on the east side of Eureka as we followed it back in time to the west of Deer Creek and along highway or Interstate 74. Now at this point a bit more obscure here, well to the west of El Paso, but again still dealing with that confirmed tornado warning. So seek shelter. I will not be out looking for these tonight. These storms have been very, very dangerous. A lot of energy to work with. As Dr. Knabb has pointed out, that's going to keep the storms going. And we've seen even after early day showers and storms, places like Chicago, that energy has rebounded, Dr. Knabb.
Well, Alex, Pennsylvania taking it on the chin tonight as this frontal system is way to the west. So the Northeast is just sitting in the soup. Not as much wind shear in the atmosphere, but plenty of instability and moisture and heating to cause thunderstorms that can tap into the winds aloft and produce the severe thunderstorms. We've got a line of storms coming.
A tornado warning has been issued for our area.
And even approaching the Washington, D.C. area, we have a severe thunderstorm watch goes all the way to the Jersey Shore, the Delmarva, till midnight, even up to New York City. And not far to the west of Washington, D.C., Frederick, Leesburg, and Manassas under a severe thunderstorm warning until 8 o'clock. This has a history of producing some damaged trees down in Stevens City and Shady Grove off to the west of Hagerstown. Here's Harrisburg down to Gettysburg. Severe thunderstorm warning until 8 o'clock. Carlisle Springs, wires down. Trees down. So trees and power lines could be coming down in a lot of places. Binghamton southward. The warning goes till 8 o'clock, and we've had trees down in that area as well. So just quickly to time out what's going to happen here. If you get to the I-95 corridor, you're looking at late tonight, but the farther we get past midnight, the more the storms will lose their punch.
Everyone sees the dream, not the spirit that drives it. There's a racing spirit inside every Honda hybrid. built with exceptional horsepower and smooth handling. From the most fuel-efficient full-line automaker in America, the fun-to-drive hybrid lineup from Honda.
Are you sitting at home living in pain? Maybe it's in your hands or your back or your hips. I'm here to tell you that joint pain doesn't have to be a life sentence. Hi, I'm John Walsh. You know, for 40 years, I've been chasing down the culprits. And now I'm ready to throw the book at joint and muscle pain. That's why there's Omega XL, a one-of-a-kind, natural, powerful joint relief supplement.
A tornado warning has been issued for our area.
Just ask anybody who uses it. The results are undeniable.
Last week I walked 6 blocks. I was so proud of myself. I ordered Omega XL, and now I have more energy than I ever had. It's been the best thing that I did because it relieves a lot of pain. Everything changed for the best. I can go out, I can hang out with my sisters, I can go anywhere, clean my house, do whatever I can and want to do. Now it's let's go, baby. This product is the best thing. You will remember what did it to you, and it was Omega XL.
That's the truth, the facts, and the hope that Omega XL can bring you. Case closed.
Call now or order online to receive our special TV offer. When you buy 1 bottle, we'll give you a 2nd bottle of Omega XL free. Order now and we'll also include a free bottle of Vitamin XL D3. 2 free bottles for the price of 1 bottle of Omega XL. That's more than 50% off a value of $115. You pay only $49.95 and it ships free. Plus, you get a money-back guarantee. So buy 1 bottle now and get 2 free bottles with this offer. Call or go online right now.
If you're living with joint or muscle pain caused by inflammation, try Omega XL and see the difference it can make in your life.
Buy 1, get 2 free. 2 bottles of Omega XL plus Vitamin XL D3 for only $49.95. Act now.
Trying to predict the future is a hazardous occupation. The only thing we can be sure of is that it will be absolutely fantastic. I'm thinking of the incredible breakthrough, the communications satellite. These things will make possible a world in which we can be in instant contact with each other wherever we may be. When that time comes, the whole world will have shrunk to a point.
This is a story about a tornado warning has been issued for our area.
Really anything, and turns to Granger, who has almost everything. He troubleshoots issues, maintains the facility, and keeps it all on track. Few may see him put the work in, but when they see the results, they know he's the one who keeps the doors open. The high-quality industrial products you need, plus a million more. Call, click Granger.com, or stop by. Granger, for the ones who get it done.
What does it take to be the greatest of all time? It's not just leaving defenders chasing shadows or turning goalkeepers into statues. It's making your team, your sport, and everything around you better. Here's to the greatest of all time.
A tornado warning has been issued for our area.
Thanks for staying with us here on Weather Unfiltered. Check out the strong winds in Chicago yesterday. Storms pushed through the area, knocking down some tree limbs. Could there be more of that tonight? I think sooner rather than later, the south side of Chicagoland will be getting some strong storms. And then there's a big line going through the Rockford area. And that's headed toward Chicago as well. We've had tornado warnings on both sides of Chicago, up in the Racine and Kenosha area, and now down here, not far from Kankakee. So let's take a look at what this batch of storms is doing. Illinois in the core of the strongest wind shear and instability producing the greatest tornado threat. Here's Bloomington, Illinois, I-55, that zone here in McLean County under a tornado warning until 7 o'clock local time. You can see how we have some kinks in the line here, and the velocity is not super clear, but this looks to be the business end of what could be a tornado. This is a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado. The storm's moving generally east-northeastward at about 40 miles an hour in this part of the state. I would not be on I-55 between Bloomington and Lexington, Illinois. And again, there is that kink in the line, but in the very least, you're going to get a blast of wind coming through. So here's farther up I-55. Here's Kankakee along I-57. So we have this little hook echo that still has a tornado warning for 5 more minutes or so. But in any case, this cell and these multicellular structures are moving eastward toward I-57. And there is still a little bit of rotation in the Essex Union Hill area. Maybe something holds together over to Salina. But anybody who's in a tornado or severe thunderstorm warning tonight, I would be taking shelter in that lowest level, most interior room.
A tornado warning has been issued for our area.
Just north of Joliet, Illinois, and over toward I-57 along US 52, this whole zone under a severe thunderstorm warning, at least 60-mile-an-hour gusts. Of course, here we are coming into the southern portions of the Chicago metro. So it's a good time to get off the roads in Chicago if you can at all. And then here's Rockford, Illinois, under a flash flood warning now, and up to Waukegan. From Woodstock, we've got a severe thunderstorm warning until 7:15, mainly for the 60-mile-an-hour wind gust. This whole zone under a tornado watch until 9 o'clock local time. That goes into northwestern Indiana, where we do have the conditions getting a little more ripe for tornadoes as the instability pushes farther to the north and east, Alex. So it has been a dangerous night already in Illinois, and look at how things are getting a little more juicy there in northwestern Indiana. So that watch is well placed, and could another watch be needed farther to the east for the overnight?
Yeah, no Storm Prediction Center is watching that areas overnight. At the very least, looking at storms and very heavy rain. That'll linger into tomorrow morning for other parts of the country. Right now, no delays at St. Louis International and Lambert International Airport there in St. Louis. We've got storms, though, looming off to the north and west, so we'll see how things change. Winds currently gusting 30 to 35 miles an hour with winds out of the southwest at 21 miles an hour. So
a tornado warning has been issued for our area.
Bumpy takeoffs and landings. Again, gusty there in St. Louis, but still quiet. That's going to change by about 8 to 9 o'clock. That's when I would expect to see some of those thunderstorms work into the areas starting on the northwest side of town, ending on the east and south side of town. Could see another round into the late evening, early overnight. So
a tornado warning has been issued for our area.
Bring us some flash flood warnings too. Remember, we've got places like Kirksville, Missouri. You guys had so much rain yesterday. We were tracking flash flood warnings at the end of our show last night. You've seen persistent heavy rain today, and that has prompted more warnings. So we very well could see that in areas that are still watching for repeated rain. Indianapolis is at 86 with a mix of sun and clouds. We've got just a few blips on the radar locally. I think things become more widespread by late evening. So as our storms move out of the state of Illinois into Indiana, more coverage in Indianapolis, very late evening, very early in the morning. So don't be surprised if the thunder wakes you up. I think by the time you get out there on the roads Friday morning, 6, 7, 8, 9, looking much better, but maybe a little tired if you wake up overnight with the thunderstorms moving through. Grand Rapids and Lansing both seeing quiet conditions now, but Muskegon, storms looming off to your west. We're going to see Grand Rapids go downhill first. I think late evening for you, probably 10, 11 o'clock. Lansing closer to midnight, 1 a.m. That would also include portions of the I-69, I-75 corridors there on the north side of Detroit. By morning commute, you're also doing much better. Tomorrow, finally get some quiet time. Minneapolis, Des Moines, Chicago, St. Louis, Kansas City, Marquette, Detroit, Cincinnati, all expecting partly cloudy to mostly sunny skies. Temps generally in the low to mid 80s. I think 72 for Marquette, so that'll be a really comfortable spot. Meanwhile, it's the northeast turn to get in on those showers and thunderstorms. Could see one more day of severe weather across sections of the northeast, New England states. Late day commute into your Friday evening hours.
A tornado warning has been issued for our area.
That's coming to you guys in the Northeast on Saturday. So I think to start the weekend, things turn quieter for everybody, but still have some action to get through.
Audion believes hearing should not be a luxury.
A tornado warning has been issued for our area.
$98, not $5,000.
And for only $98, I'm socializing again.
Audion knows that hearing is about reconnecting with the world.
And for only $98, I can hear my grandkids laugh and play again.
Start living your life fully again. For only $98, I'm going to the movies again.
I'd love to listen to music again.
And thanks to Audion, I can hear again for only $98.
So simple and easy to use. And they're so easy to purchase. Call the number on your screen right now.
1-833-740-0251.
Thank you, Audion, for only $98. You have given me my life back.
With Turo, cars are wherever you want to pick them up. Rental cars are in Section H, Space 45, which is actually back that way. For the right car, right where you need it. Turo, rent a car, not a rental car.
Shopify's point-of-sale system helps you sell at every stage of your business. With fast and secure payment, card readers you can rely on, and one place to manage it all. Whatever the stage, businesses that grow with Shopify.
Let's fix this.
Talking home repairs? An American Home Shield warranty can help protect appliances like your fridge, no matter how old.
This isn't about appliances.
It just covers home systems, too. And if you're covered...
A tornado warning has been issued for our area.
Toilets!
It's about home warranties.
American Home Shield. Sign up today at ahs.com.
New Game Plus has no business making races.
A tornado warning has been issued for our area.
Especially with how her husband uses them.
Wow.
Yeah, how you like them towels? Our greatest scent ever, now with odor fighting power. New Game Plus with Oxy.
If you've been in an accident that wasn't your fault, well, your favorite attorney has a message for you. Collision, calamity, catastrophe? Are you innocent, faultless, above reproach? If you want money, you need an attorney. You need a bulldog. But finding one, it's laborious, it's strenuous, it's stupefying. That's why you gotta call the number on your screen now. They'll help you connect to a legal expert. You have questions, they have answers. They know the legalese, the lingo, the jargon, and the argot. They'll even tell you how much money your case could be worth. $300,000, $2 million, $86,491, all sorts of numbers. Slip and falls, work accidents, car, truck, bus, motorcycle, motorbike, e-bike, tandem bike. These bulldogs will make sure people pay. And if you don't get paid, the attorneys don't get paid, and I don't get paid. So I compel you, I implore you, I beseech you to pick up that phone and call now to see what your case could be worth.
800-922-5779.
The Weather Channel TV app keeps you prepared for any type of weather.
Our goal is to keep people safe.
Log in and experience local weather, real-time radar, minute-to-minute coverage, and weather cams that bring you every angle of the storm. No one keeps you prepared like the Weather Channel TV app.
A tornado warning has been issued for our area. A tornado watch is in effect. Currently in our area, 76 degrees with a heavy thunderstorm. Tonight, strong to severe thunderstorms likely, low 59. Friday, sunny skies, high 82, winds west at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Severe weather moving through the Midwest, including the Chicago metro area, north and south of town. That's where we've got the active warnings currently. A tornado warning also in effect well to the south of Chicago. This is north of Kankakee. We've got areas including Salina, Bourbonnais, and Manteno. Piatone also under this one. I-57, that's the interstate we've got to watch now under that tornado warning. 7:30 again, your expiration. Our area of rotation would be just off to the east of Salina around the Bondfield area.
A tornado warning has been issued for our area.
45, 50, and I-57 here within the next 15 to 20 minutes. It's Kankakee and Will counties again under the warning until the top of the hour. Now, 2026 World Cup, it's officially here. I think some folks from other parts of the world getting their first taste of severe weather. Well, the biggest opponent on the pitch may be the atmosphere itself, from the humidity of Miami to the thin air of Mexico City. World-class athletes are about to face a brutal gauntlet of North American weather. Meteorologist Mike Bettis gives us a closer look at the science behind the game of soccer.
It's a battle of 104 matches across 3 nations and 16 iconic cities. But for the world-class athletes competing in 2026, the toughest opponents will be the very air they breathe, the heat they endure, and the ground beneath their feet. This is the World Soccer Championship. And to win it all, they must master the science behind playing in North America. Soccer is often a game of inches, but this time it's a game of thousands of feet. Whoa! And about 7,300 feet above sea level, Mexico City has thin air. It's about 25% thinner. That means less drag and less resistance, so the ball flies faster and farther. It's a nightmare for benders. The classic curve, it simply disappears. Now, as oxygen levels drop way up here, the body forces a survival response, supercharging the bloodstream with extra red blood cells to keep the engine running, if you will. But after adapting to the
A tornado warning has been issued for our area.
It can be rough. The sudden change can leave an athlete feeling exhausted with heavy legs for 48 hours until the body acclimates to the thick air. That dense air, it also affects the ball, slowing it down and letting it curve aggressively. If keepers don't recalibrate their timing, they'll misjudge the strike every time. Only 4 venues have retractable roofs. The other 12 are open to the elements, and of course that means heat. Players can run up to 7 miles during a match and can lose half a gallon of fluid through sweat. When temperatures hit 86 degrees, that distance can drop by 10%. But the real killer is humidity. In cities like Miami, sweat struggles to evaporate, causing the body to run hot. The teams, they are fighting back with mandatory hydration breaks and unique cooling devices like ice vests. But just when players are hoping for a cool down, all that extreme heat can fuel another threat, a thunderstorm. And to handle the extreme changes in North America, each and every field is a high-tech, hybrid, engineered soil. It has synthetic fibers and natural grasses. They combine to form a flawless pitch. But even a flawless pitch can disappear in minutes with a sudden, violent downpour. And a deluge like this can reduce the effectiveness of a player's cleats by 40%, while the ball can go from skimming the surface to quickly dying. With the combination of intense storms, suffocating heat, and extreme elevations, the winner of these games won't just be the best team, it'll be the team that commands the climate.
A tornado warning has.
And we've got you covered with the Fan Comfort Index. Number 1.
A tornado warning has been issued for our area.
Whether that's because of heat and or humidity or wind or thunderstorms, we have a lot to deal with. At least you got to stay hydrated and use the sunscreen. In most cases, that's going to be important. Now, we've got what I consider to be ideal conditions. Los Angeles Stadium, it's covered. It is open air on the sides, so that breeze off the Pacific should keep these temperatures quite comfortable inside the stadium as USA kicks off their World Cup bid against Paraguay. Need at least a tie to get a point in the group because we have Turkey and Australia yet to play. Tough games ahead, but prime weather conditions for that opening game. This is California's dry season, so you shouldn't have any weather issues getting to and from the stadium. For the beginning of Group C stage, Brazil and Morocco. This is top-class football, right? Two of the top 10 teams in the world. This will be a little hotter than in Los Angeles. Starting off a little iffy, but as things cool down a little bit, pretty solid weather for the latter half of the game.
Dove Clinical Plus Care is for the girls that blow dry sweat, hot flash sweat, first toast sweat. We've got you with serum-infused, skin-softening, unbeatable sweat protection. Dove Clinical Plus Care is care that gets sweat.
Hi, I'm checking in. Oh my gosh, I'm a huge fan. Oh, thank you. I love Skinny Pop. Anyway, what's your name?
Jennifer Aniston.
I'm not seeing a Jennifer Anderson.
Oh, no, not Anderson. Ann Iston.
Ann Iston. I'm so sorry, Miss Iston. I thought you said
A tornado warning has been issued for our area.
It is.
Sorry, I can't think straight. Can I just...
Yeah, sure. Oh, Skinny Pop. Popular for a reason.
A tornado warning has been issued for our area.
Independent seniors can go where life takes them safely with the Iris Ally, the most affordable medical alert device on the market from Consumer Cellular. With GPS location tracking, fall detection, and 24/7 emergency response, peace of mind comes standard. At just $25 a month, the Ally is the most affordable medical alert device. You could save up to $444 versus leading providers. And if you call right now, you can get 50% off. Call 800-487-0435.
Over time, moss, mold, and mildew stains cover your home, and cleaning them is too much work. You need Wet and Forget, the easy bleach-free way to clean tough outdoor stains. For decks, patios, and cushions, use Wet and Forget outdoor spaces.
A tornado warning has been issued for our area.
Do the work for you over time. Got a bigger job? Reach second-story siding and roofs with Outdoor Max. Up to a 30-foot reach and 2 times the coverage. Get Wet and Forget at these leading retailers.
For years, Debbie always hid her smile. But now, with her new teeth from Affordable Dentures and Implants, she beams with the power of 1,000 suns. Affordable Dentures and Implants. That's what we do.
Honey, Mortgage Money 6 says we should keep renting.
Mortgage Money 6?
Reba says more realtor agents recommend Realtor.com. They track every market so you know when to make your move.
He also says that Bigfoot... Got it.
Make it real with Realtor.com.
This right here, Domino's new slice sauce. It's the perfect pairing for your pizza. Whether you dip it, dunk it, or do that. Get new slice sauce for free when you order Parmesan stuffed crust or handmade pan pizzas from Domino's.
What are you doing? We need to save time.
There.
What just happened?
I just saved time. By buying a car in Carvana. It was all online. Got pre-qualified instantly. Great terms. Save time and buy your car in Carvana.
Sorry, bud. Not while I weed. Hey! Who let the dogs out?
Spruce, a new weed and grass killer that's safe for use around people, pets, and bees for dead weeds in just 1 day. Spruce, pet friendly, weed deadly.
All right, well, we anticipated a very active night of storms in the Midwest. That's what we've got. Look at this tornado, a very well-defined cone tornado there in Washington.
A tornado warning has been issued for our area.
Now, looking at this camera view, Dr. Nev, this is what we love to see because it's generally open land. There is one home as the camera pans here to the right, but for the vast majority of the landscape here, it is open farmland.
So this is, feasting off of warm, moist air. Temperatures into the 80s, dew points into the 70s this afternoon and evening, and maybe adding a little corn sweat to the mix. You know? And this favorable atmosphere, unfortunately for tornadoes in Illinois, is moving into Indiana and Michigan as we go through the night. We still have a long night ahead.
Yeah, we're going to be watching Chicago. You've got some storms off to the west, some of the worst of the weather in terms of tornado warnings right now to the south. But as you pointed out, Michigan, Indiana, and we've also got severe thunderstorm warnings in the northeastern part of the country, too.
And along the front, we have severe thunderstorm warnings all the way down through Oklahoma into northern Texas. This is a beast of a weather system. We expected tonight to be busy, and we are. And busy is a kind of a filtered way to say it. Weather unfiltered, we should say this is bad.
It's bananas out there.
It is a big, bad weather system. Alex Wilson, Dr. Rick Knapp, look at that big, bad cell.
Ooh,
man, look how dark the sky is there in DeKalb, Illinois.
I mean, you go from day to night in a matter of moments. The heavy rain moves in.
A tornado warning has been issued for our area.
Storm tracker Charles Peak out there giving us a view of what it's like on the roads. Much different to look at it from the sky than to be, under the storm itself in the action. So dangerous stuff working through and into communities in Illinois, Indiana, Wisconsin tonight. Let's start with the radar view south of Chicago. That's where we continue to watch 2 tornado warnings, and then we've got all those severe thunderstorm warnings farther to the south, closer to the Springfield area. Iroquois, Kankakee, and Newton counties here under a tornado warning until 7:45. So this storm is moving out of the state of Illinois and into the state of Indiana. Highway 41 going to be a spot to watch. Area of rotation well defined here to the east of Papineau. That's going to be moving towards communities like McClellan along Highway 41 into western Indiana. So yet again, seeing a well-defined area of rotation, moving through some farmland, I think some open space now, but eventually McClellan and Conrad in Indiana will be in the path of this one. To the north in St. Anne, it is pouring. Farther to the north, here in Kankakee, Will County, still have that well-defined hook on this storm. Up here, it is raining. There is hail. I-57, man, things are going to go downhill quickly. Manteno, Piatone, and Rockville in this warning until 7:30 local time as this area of rotation moves over I-57. Hopefully no one's traveling that stretch. If you know somebody who may be out there, tell them, hey, hang out in Kankakee, hang out north of Piatone. You do not want to be in this stretch right now.
A tornado warning has been issued for our area.
Been moving about 40 miles an hour, so this will quickly move over I-57 and eventually into the state of Indiana. Farther to the north of Chicago, we've got severe thunderstorm warnings around Waukegan, over to Woodstock, although the worst of the weather is off to your east, and then east of Rochelle along I-39, very heavy rain. These storms will continue to drift east closer to the Chicago area where energy has gone back up. Tornado parameters do remain high. So we've seen active weather already today in Chicago. Not a one and done day. We got enough dry time, enough sunshine to bring those available energy values back up. Meanwhile, east of Bloomington, man, look at that surge of wind. So you can see that backward C shape. This is indicative of those very intense winds that are going to be potentially taking down trees. Considerable threat tag on this means the wind potential is greater than 60 miles an hour. So now we're talking 70-mile-an-hour winds. 7:45, the expiration. This is moving along I-74. I-72 will collide with I-57. And notice a tornado possible tag. You can get a quick spin up of a tornado along that leading line of wind. Back into Missouri, Kansas, parts of Oklahoma, and as Dr. Knapp mentioned, Texas. We've got storms there as well. Available energy, again, look at it peaking up towards Chicago. So again, a lot of times you get storms move through, things stabilize. However, we got enough sunshine, saw those temperatures warm back up. So available energy values bumping back up in Chicago. Do think here 8 to 9 o'clock will be your time to watch for some possibly strong to severe thunderstorms. Again, don't want to sleep on your tornado threat. And looking at the late evening from Indianapolis down to St. Louis, Springfield, and Tulsa, up into the state of Michigan as well. Very active weather.
A tornado warning has been issued for our area.
Morning commute for parts of Kentucky, Tennessee, and eastern Arkansas tomorrow. Dr. Knapp?
Well, Alex, tonight is not the only busy night in Illinois. Look at the strong storms that battered Illinois yesterday. Check out the wind and horizontal rain in Romeoville. And you can see those trees really struggling against the strong winds. We've had a lot of downed trees and power lines the last couple of days and nights. And it has been multiple states, and you can see kind of zones of severe weather impacts having to do with complexes of storms, and some of you going through multiple rounds, both morning, afternoon, and night. Sometimes 3 rounds of storms in one 24-hour period. Just some of the very recent impacts. Several large branches down there not far to the south of Milwaukee. Tree damage observed in Morton, Illinois. A large branch blown down onto a power line. And the Weather Service office in Lincoln, Illinois. A tree was uprooted on the south side of the building. So a lot of trees coming down, and that's why power can be going out. And we've seen quite a bit of impacts. Look at the power outages starting to mount a little bit there in west central and central Illinois, Chicagoland, southern side.
A tornado warning has been issued for our area.
That's one impact of the trees. Power lines could be coming down and power could be going out for you, and maybe it's out for a while. So if you use the generator, please use it outdoors. Safe generator use is a life-saving task. The other thing about the strong winds is that it is bringing down trees onto structures at times or onto vehicles. And so if you're in a severe thunderstorm warning, I would shelter like you would in a tornado warning, especially given that we've had 70-mile-an-hour wind gusts in some of these storms. Here is our second parent weather system in 2 days, following right on the heels of the one from last night. And here is our new surface low, started in Kansas about 24 hours ago. Now it's in Wisconsin, so it's bringing our front into Illinois, through Missouri, down to Oklahoma and northern Texas. But it continues to bring moist air all the way from the Gulf. Now, we don't have as much wind shear in the atmosphere down here, but still plenty of lift and a lot of instability. So a lot of severe thunderstorm warnings will continue to happen in this watch zone. But this tornado watch goes till 9 o'clock. But this is not likely to be the last tornado watch of the night. We've got to be looking downstream here in Indiana and Michigan, because look at how the earlier storms that we had in this complex kind of laid down an outflow boundary and it ate up some of the energy in the atmosphere. But the southerly flow,
a tornado warning has been issued for our area.
Bringing moisture and destabilizing the atmosphere. You don't need daytime heating only to destabilize the atmosphere. You add moisture, it will make it more unstable. So the instability and the wind shear are on the increase in this zone, and you have plenty of low-level shear. So this is the zone we're probably going to get our next tornado watch. And of course, the storms being pushed by the mid-level winds from west to east, they're slurping up that air, and we're getting the tornado parameter increasing. That's instability and wind shear conducive for rotating updrafts, capable of producing tornadoes. Alex?
We take you over to Washington, D.C. under a severe thunderstorm watch. We've got watches that extend all the way to the coast of New Jersey and Delaware and Maryland, some of these until midnight. It is 94 degrees right now in the nation's capital, and we've got storms on the move headed your way. Again, the active watches from parts of central and eastern Pennsylvania through central upstate New York, all of New Jersey, all of Delaware, and a good chunk of northern Virginia and Maryland. So D.C. and Baltimore both included in those active watches. Right now, our warnings extending into the D.C. area. You are currently under the severe thunderstorm warning. You've got the dark skies in view. Worst of the weather is moments away. Baltimore, you've got a little bit longer, but also under a warning on the west side of town. So Alexandria,
a tornado warning has been issued for our area.
Arlington, Fairfax, and Montgomery counties in both Virginia and in Maryland. City of Alexandria, City of Braddock, and Washington, D.C. included in this until 8:30 local time. So we've got these storms that have cleared Leesburg and Manassas, moving closer to the D.C. area. We've got big wind that could take down trees. You watch something like the George Washington Parkway, some beautiful roadways, tree-lined roadways around the metro area, but that obviously becomes a danger when you've got winds like this moving through. Now we look towards the northeast, the Lehigh Valley of Pennsylvania, up into the Poconos, northeastern Pennsylvania, from Scranton to Stroudsburg to Allentown and to Reading, all under a severe thunderstorm warning.
A tornado warning has been issued for our area.
Allentown, Lower Macungie, and Reading. 9 o'clock expiration on this one. So hopefully mom and dad are listening to that one. That one's moving right up to 22. So headed your way around Emmaus and Albertus as well. Available energy here. We've got plenty of it still focused into the Delmarva, into South Jersey. Still enough around the New York City metro area that I think storms stay a little bit frisky here in the next hour or two. once we get beyond 11 o'clock, I think the severe threat for many goes down. We'll still see some heavy rain, possibly a severe storm into Massachusetts, Connecticut, Rhode Island late evening. Tomorrow morning, quiet start to the day, but we've got more thunderstorms coming as the afternoon wears on. Cold front comes in. Wind again will be the primary threat. We're looking at areas along the U.S.-Canada border all the way down to upstate South Carolina and extreme North Georgia. Dr. Knapp.
Well, Alex, the Gulf is not only supplying moisture for all the severe weather, the Gulf is supplying moisture for some local development possibilities. So the tropics starting to behave more and more like we would expect in June. We've already had a couple of East Pacific storms right near Mexico and Central America. Boris and Christina no longer a tropical cyclone, but now we've got a tropical wave that we've been tracking for days and days, and we knew that it would get into this zone.
A tornado warning has been issued for our area.
Characterized by low pressures at the surface that contributed to Boris and Christina, and now that tropical wave that came all the way from Africa, across the tropical Atlantic and Caribbean, and is now, I would say the axis of the wave is getting to be right along the west coast of Yucatan. Hurricane Center still giving it a 10% chance of becoming a short-lived depression or storm between now and, say, Saturday night. By Sunday, and certainly by Sunday night, whatever it is will be inland over northeastern Mexico. And there's also some of the moisture and a little bit of the spin from what was Christina. So this complex is going to be crossing the Bay of Campeche and bringing some locally heavy rainfall, not just down here in southeastern Mexico, but up into northeastern Mexico and even up into southern Texas. A frontal system will contribute to the rain a little bit farther to the north. And all of this is coming around the Bermuda High. So that is the flow that is supplying the moisture for the severe weather. But in between, we've got this area of, subtle, broad, low-level spin, and here's what's left of Christina. Now, in the upper levels, there is a little bit of an upper-level trough in here. It's weakening, but it has to deal with this upper high and some northerly, northeasterly wind shear that it'll be fighting against once it gets out over the water tomorrow. So again, you can see the broad axis of rotation here right along the coast of Yucatan. So it's about to get over those warm waters. You can see the thunderstorms already starting to fire over those warm waters that are into the mid-80s. I mean, there's no lack of fuel in the Gulf. That's not going to be an issue all hurricane season. The waters are way above average. It's all about whether or not, in this particular case,
a tornado warning has been issued for our area.
Over water, will it be able to organize, and will the wind shear allow it to do so? So let's take a look at what happens to that upper level high. The colors of the low level spin of what's left of Christina and that tropical wave, and you can see the dash lines, a little bit of an upper level trough there, but the big player is going to be this big upper level high. Over the next day or so, through Friday night, it'll probably still be dealing with some northeasterly shear, but you get to Saturday, that's probably its best chance for development because of upper level high pressure now kind of being right overhead. So it would not shock me for this to become a short-lived depression or storm, especially given that you get a little bit of spin out here in the Bay of Campeche up against these mountains. Those mountains can redirect the air to add to the low-level spin. But whatever it is, it's going to be moving ashore by Sunday into northeastern Mexico. Alex?
Well, we take you back to Charles Peake's shot as he drives around portions of the state of Illinois. We've got big storms out there. Now, Peoria, you're in the wake of some of the worst of the weather, more towards Springfield and points to the east. That's where we've got the active warnings. However, areas west of Peoria under flash flood warning. So that's starting to become more and more of an issue in northern and western parts of Illinois into northern Missouri as well. Warnings now in western Michigan.
A tornado warning has been issued for our area.
Warning, and we've got tornado warnings crossing out of Illinois into Indiana, including this one in Kankakee and Newton County. So it's Newton County, Indiana, around McClellan, under the warning along Highway 41. Area of rotation very close to Pembroke in Illinois, McClellan in Indiana, Lake Village, I-41, that stretch between those two communities. You're going to be the zone to watch as this moves off to the east. Right now, getting already already some heavy rain north of McClellan. These storms have also been producing hail. This batch of storms, it is all about the wind from Pontiac down to areas around Springfield. Winds could exceed 70 miles an hour, and you can see in the wake of these storms, power outage numbers continue to climb. We've got between 10 and 20,000 customers around Peoria without power.
Everyone sees the dream, but not the spirit that drives it. There's a racing spirit inside every Honda Hybrid, built with exceptional horsepower and smooth handling. From the most fuel-efficient full-line automaker in America, the fun-to-drive hybrid lineup from Honda.
Man, I love this place. But when my dry AMD progressed to geographic atrophy, or GA, I was worried I'd be seeing less of it. My retina specialist told me that Izervay protects healthy retinal cells longer and is proven to slow GA.
Slow it down, get GA going slower.
Which could help me see what I love for longer.
Izervay, get GA.
A tornado warning has been issued for our area.
If you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye, Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may cause blood in the white of the eye, blurred vision, or a temporary increase in eye pressure. Do not drive or use machinery until vision has recovered after an eye injection or exam.
With Izervay, I'm taking action to slow my GA, and seeing him out there means everything to me.
Ask your retina specialist how you could help preserve your vision longer with Izervay.
Lights on.
I didn't understand you.
Lights on. Morning.
Hello.
I'm so tired of being alone. Black coffee.
A tornado warning has been issued for our area.
Machines to talk to people. Chase is building new places for people to talk to people.
Hi, welcome in.
Hi.
With tech that's actually helpful and 5,000 branches in 48 states. Chase, make more of what's yours.
T-Mobile has an exclusive bundle for customers 55 and up. Right now, get 2 phone lines on America's best network, plus America's fastest 5G home internet for just $30 each.
A reliable network is key for us. And with T-Mobile, it's been wonderful. The internet's been perfect. The setup was so easy, it took less than 15 minutes. Going to the 55 Plus plan saved us so much money.
Switch and save today.
A tornado warning has been issued for our area.
Life with ear ringing sounded like a constant train whistle I couldn't escape. Then I started taking lipoflavonoid. With 60 years of clinical experience, it's the #1 doctor-recommended brand for ear ringing, and now I'm finally free. Take back control with lipoflavonoid.
Did you know your choice of toothpaste is as important to gum health as brushing and flossing? Try Crest Gum Detoxify. It penetrates gum pockets to eliminate the trapped plaque that brushing can't reach. For healthier gums in just 2 weeks. Try Crest.
Tornado Week continues with Tornado Alley, tonight at 10 on the Weather Channel.
With 4imprint, you get more than promo products. You get the certainty of personal service, design expertise, and unmatched quality to make your moment shine. Visit 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain. Rhythm is finally getting a full 12 hours of sleep thanks to Coterie diapers.
We switched to Coterie, and he started sleeping 11 hours through the night.
When we made the switch, our baby started sleeping better through the night, and we had way less diaper changes. So if you're dreaming of more sleep and you want to upgrade your diaper, try Coterie.
Another day in the finance department. Wait, did we pay this already? 6070 airfare, 6040 meals and entertainment. Receipts, expense reports, invoices, purchase orders. What's that? Ramp? Cards with built-in policies. Expenses that submit themselves? Look at it go. Okay, but does it code automatic? Oh. We're fixing the parts of finance you hate. Ramp. Love finance.
A tornado warning has been issued for our area. A tornado watch is in effect. Currently in our area, 74 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Tonight, strong to severe thunderstorms likely. Low 59.
He made history as the youngest stand-up comedian ever to perform on The Tonight Show starring Johnny Carson.
You ready to get your laugh on?
Now, Byron Allen is bringing pure comedy back.
Once you go black, you never go back. Well, she told me to go back.
And late night will never be the same. Comics Unleashed with Byron Allen. Big laughs, loads of fun.
That's a weed.
A tornado warning has been issued for our area.
It's on CBS at 11:35 p.m.
Taking a live look at Morocco, Indiana. We've got storms in the area. You can see some very heavy rain on the, what am I saying? Right-hand side. I was going to say northeast, the right-hand side of the image. Morocco, one of the areas that we are watching now as storms move out of the state of Indiana or out of Illinois and into Indiana. Also Michigan starting to see warnings go up. Right now we've got areas on the state line there north of I-65 around Gary or along I-65 in the northern part of western Indiana. Gary, Indiana under a tornado warning as this storm works its way out of Illinois. Lake County under the warning. We've got a new warning just to the south of that. So Calumet, Ross and St. John under this warning. It is an observed tornado warned storm here right along Highway 41, continuing to move off to the north and east. There's your area of rotation. Very strong area of rotation right around St. John. So showing up right around the state line, now moving north. So Highway 30 crossing over that right now. I-65 in the path, and we are picking up some debris here on our debris tracker mode of the radar. So this showing us that this storm, whether it's tree debris or agricultural debris or structural debris, that's unknown, but it is picking up some debris. So again,
a tornado warning has been issued for our area.
To be aware of the threat with this one. Rolling Hill Estates, Glen Park and Lake Station, all within the next 25 minutes. That storm is moving your way. Eventually, I-90 is going to be in play too. So here around the Gary area, there's a lot of interstates that come together. To the south, this storm has a tornado warning on it, Lake and Will County. So we've got Lake County here in Indiana. We've got Will County in the state of Illinois, moving off to the east. So north of Yellowhead, that's where the area of rotation is, continuing off to the east. Kane County under a severe thunderstorm warning. Tornado possible tag on this one. We got very heavy rain. We've got big wind. We've got some hail out of these storms. Look at all the lightning, too. So in and out of severe warnings, we are seeing quite a bit of lightning activity, 300 lightning strikes just within the last 15 minutes. Right now in Chicago, we do have a ground stop again at O'Hare. 8:15 is the expiration on this one, although, again, I think we could be looking at the next hour being awfully stormy here around O'Hare. So again, the tornado warned storms moving out of Illinois into Indiana. We'll watch to see what this line around Chicago or approaching Chicago does. Farther to the south, it is all about wind along the interstate there. So got to watch for some dangerous conditions due to these storms tonight. Dr. Knapp?
Weren't we dealing with this part of the country 3 months ago?
Yeah, feels like it.
My
and yes,
gosh.
You're not wrong.
What a long spring into summer it has been, and it's been a rough week across the Midwest with severe storms and some dangerous flash flooding, including here in Corydon, Indiana, where downtown was swamped by water on Tuesday. And just use this as a visual aid.
A tornado warning has been issued for our area.
See in your mind's eye what I'm going to show you is happening over many parts of this country tonight. Because of the rain we've had, not just because of the rain we had last night in this zone especially, but what we've had today, and it's really starting to mount here in northern and central Illinois, the rainfall and the flooding impacts, and there are more and more flood impacts being reported.
A tornado warning has been issued for our area.
That does include downtown Chicago, very vulnerable to heavy downpours in that urbanized area, and you can't rule out some isolated flooding elsewhere overnight tonight because of so much moisture coming northward out of the Gulf. toward our surface low, which is up in Wisconsin, along and ahead of the front. We are just loaded with moisture that continues to destabilize the atmosphere. And in the immediate aftermath of severe thunderstorm and or tornado warnings, we're getting flash flood warnings. Look at this row of flash flood warnings all the way across the northern Illinois border with Wisconsin, culminating in this very heavy rainfall total area that's been 3 to 4 inches in spots. And in Waukegan, for example, we've got a flash flood warning, also in Vernon in Lake County till 10 o'clock local time. And look at some of these reports. In Zion, Illinois 173 underpass flooded near Galilee Avenue. Lake County EMA, the emergency managers report roadway flooding near Grand Avenue and Riverside Drive in Gurnee. Grandwood Park, you've got some flooding inland farther in McHenry, Front Street between John Street and Oak Avenue. These are particular spots you do not want to try to drive across. You may not make it, and it's at least going to be an expensive car repair, if not a very dangerous, life-threatening kind of situation. New flash flood warning here. It looks like it's coming in just west of Champaign. That's on top of the rain we've had farther to the west. Springfield northward toward Peoria on I-55. Cass, Menard, and Sangamon counties. A warning goes till 11 o'clock local time. Route 121 completely flooded with water covering the roadway. 6 inches of water.
A tornado warning has been issued for our area.
I-155 in Delavan. And to track where this is all headed overnight tonight, this main batch of slow-moving thunderstorms is going to drag its feet across central Illinois, so that's where it could escalate the most.